We still don't have word, but Schneider was hit in the nose by Lamar on a drive. And I think you guys remember in the game that there was a bunch of blood on the floor first half. And so he's getting a CAT scan some point here and determine whether or not it's broke. But he'll most likely be wearing a mask that he had on yesterday in our walkthrough practice. So we'll see how. It seemed like he was fine with it yesterday. We didn't do much other than lift and do a walkthrough where we went through a number of things that we're going to see tomorrow night. EJ looked like he recovered pretty well from his tweak, and so I'm hopeful he'll be able to practice today as we get prepared for Kentucky. Questions?
Coach, what's the thing that stands out the most about Kentucky?
They're just super talented. They play extremely hard. They've got NBA players, on their squad. Starting with their two guards, Fox and Monk are terrific. Monk, I think, is leading the league in scoring as a freshman. Is a phenomenal two-guard, consummate two-guard. Fox is incredibly quick and fast. They are great in transition going downhill to offense. I mean, it's like they're coming downhill at you. They're going so fast. I watched tape of them, a film of them yesterday, and at one point in their Louisville game, Louisville scored 4 times in a row, and Kentucky took it out and got 4 layups or dunks after made baskets by their opponent, which is really hard to do. That's how fast they're coming at you. They're very long. They have depth. I think Briscoe's the heart and soul of this team. I mean, I love Briscoe. He's a consummate competitor, tough, hard-nosed, finishes at the rim. The big kid inside Bam is just an animal. I mean, he'll be a great power forward in the NBA for a long time. They've got big-time players. They're very well coached. They're very competitive. They have good depth. They're going to have a chance to win it all. I mean, this is a great opportunity to play one of the best teams in the country on our home floor and the best team in our league, and really, kind of give us a opportunity to measure ourselves against the very best in the country.
Have your players treated this like any other game the last couple of days?
It hasn't been the last couple of days. We finished the game on Saturday, so all it was yesterday, and we came in late yesterday afternoon so that we give a little more time for them to rest from the previous day. And like I said yesterday, we didn't do a lot. We stretched, we lifted, we did a walkthrough, and then I let them go. And then we'll come back today and hopefully have a good preparation practice, but short, and do our normal routine going into this game. I mean, we really appreciated the great environment that we had on Saturday, and the crowd was a big part of that victory because I felt it really was energizing for our team. And you can see what the hump is when it's packed and people are, really into the game.
Following up on Ben's question, just did you talk to your players about the aura of Kentucky, or did you just treat it like another game?
We just talk about how they're really good. I mean, they're very, very good. They all know that. I mean, these guys are well aware of how good Kentucky is and follow college basketball and know these other kids on the team and how highly touted they are. So, I think our guys will be very excited about the opportunity.
In playing a team as fast as...
Are you still here?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm still here. You can't get rid of me yet.
All right.
And playing a team as fast as Kentucky, in trying to emphasize rebounding, maybe having some of the guards helping rebounding other games, do you change that strategy at all and maybe have IJ and Lamar get back, or do they kind of still have on rebound?
We were already supposed to be doing that get back part, so that doesn't change much. But what we did not do well in reviewing the film against Texas A&M, which was block out, be real physical with our blockouts. And if we don't do a better job blocking out tomorrow than we did in our last game, we're going to get pummeled. It's that simple. They're a great rebounding team. we're down 33 rebounds in our last 2 home games, 17 to Alabama and 16 to Texas A&M. So if we lose another game on the boards by 17 or 16, we have no shot against a team this good. So we're going to have to do a much better job, and especially on the defensive end of the floor.
You mentioned Kentucky being one of the best in the league, one of the best in the country, playing 6 o'clock tomorrow on ESPN. Do you feel like this is maybe a chance for y'all to kind of prove yourselves against them in that type of game?
I'm not sure what the prove yourself question refers to, but if we're playing against the very best team in our league, that's without doubt in my mind. They're the best team in our league. I don't think anybody questions that. And I think that they're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country, and they're going to have a chance to win the national championship. So this is a great opportunity to play against, the best team that we're going to face all season in the regular season, and a great opportunity to play against really good players. We're going to have a phenomenal environment tomorrow. I mean, I think our fans are going to be fired up, and we're going to play real hard. And the bottom line is, play our very hardest and leave it all out on the floor, compete.
Other than gradually getting more experience and getting more comfortable with the college game, what areas have you seen Schneider grow the most in?
I just think, that he's grown a lot, and he has a long way to go. I mean, here's a guy who hasn't played that much basketball, especially at this level. I mean, it's such a huge jump going from, Prestonwood Christian School to SEC basketball, and high school basketball to major college basketball, AAU basketball. There's just so much more involved. But, just him learning to play lower with his knees bent, getting him to learn the game. I mean, it's just, he when you don't grow up playing as a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grader, you don't have those same experiences of having played a lot of basketball. It's tougher. You got a lot to learn. That there's still things that kids, in a lot of cases already know. But the flip side is his ceiling for kids like that is sometimes a lot higher because of that fact. I look at Q the same way. I mean, Q didn't really start playing organized basketball till 9th grade. That's almost unheard of, for a kid that's excelling the way he is. And so his ceiling is still, very, very, very high. But Schneider's the physicality of the game. Before he's always just been bigger than everybody, and there aren't that many guys that much size. Now all of a sudden everybody's as big as you are, so he's learning how to be more physical, and that's what he has to do. He has to be a physical presence, and that's probably the biggest area of improvement I've seen with him.
What has Xavier brought to the team over the last month, just coming off the bench, just the athleticism and all that?
It's been very important for us because he brings a great competitor, number one. Zay is really competitive. He really likes to compete, and he really has high expectations for himself, almost too high when you consider he's been out for 20 months. He wants to be back where he was before he got hurt so bad, but, there's still that process of, getting back completely healthy and, getting reps. And when you don't get reps in any sport, and you don't have reps, and this is such a game of skill level, that it takes time. I've already told him he won't be back to where he was, in my expectation, until August. But yet his minutes and what he's already done for us has been huge. I mean, he's been a big part of helping us win these last 3 games. 10 and 8 and 14 minutes at Arkansas, 2 big steals and scores against LSU in that first half down there. He was good again the other day, even though he got foul trouble and played limited minutes because of his foul trouble. He's just he's been a big shot in the arm for us.
I know you said boxing out is a key too, but is there anything else that can kind of help the rebounding numbers other than the obvious boxing out?
Making shots. In other words, if we make more shots and miss less, there's less rebounds for them to get. That's kind of was a big problem against A&M. When you're 6 for 25 and there's 19 misses, and they're getting most of them back, you're already going backwards.
Any other questions?
Let's just talk about Q being a leader, dealing with the wrist thing, and just
You know, Q leads by example. I was really proud of him the other night in the game. It was a big step for him in my mind, in that Lamar got a foul late in the game, and it was really tight. And you know, he really started jawing with the official because he felt like it wasn't. And Q's was like, "Hey, leave it alone. Stop. Just next play. We don't worry about that." And I liked that he stepped up and got him to calm down, and so that was really big to have that kind of leadership coming from Q. You know, he's pretty stoic. You know, he's pretty. You don't see him. He's not a huge rah-rah guy. He leads by example, and we want him to be more of a verbal leader. I think it's really important as one of our two captains, and obviously one of the guys that everybody on our team respects so much for so many different reasons, both as a player and as a person.
For a guy like Schneider, he had 4 fouls against A&M, but played and produced with those 4 fouls. How important was it to him to learn how to play with those and not pick up that 5th?
Yeah, that was big for us, and I'm thankful he didn't get the 5th because obviously he was critical down the stretch. And one of the things he did, and he's putting extra time in, is he's making his foul shots. I mean, his foul shot looks really good now. You know, if you went back and watched film from our first few games to where he is now, having changed his routine and gotten a lot more compact and tight, and I think our players gained a lot of confidence in getting the ball inside. And what he learned to do, another thing I thought he did well in our last game, is he learned to slow down inside, shot fake, not be in a hurry. Even in Italy, there was a point where in our last game, it was like, if you just slow down, you'll be so much more effective. Because the game is so much faster than it's ever been for him before, that learning to just slow down and take your time is really critical for him in learning the game.
Last question. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,